This is Arts of War, and today I am going to be talking about things that would probably make a lot of sub communities um, a whole lot happier. And I'm going to start this video just from the concept of, for instance, incels or the MGTOW community or the Manosphere community or any alternative communities. I'm not talking about the LGBT, of course, and all that shit. I'm not talking about those alternative. I'm talking about alternative lifestyles as far as like being a minimalist or being living off the grid or kind of like a different lifestyle outside of the mainstream, right? For people who like don't care to basically be in the rat race or be chasing the cheese. Um, I feel like those type of people would have way more freedom and way less headache in the world if those people came together, if they put their resources together, if they built their own communities together, they wouldn't have to play the whole social game in society. They would just be able to live the lifestyle that they naturally live. So if they were minimalist type of people and they found other minimalist type of people, you know, buying a piece of land and splitting the costs, splitting the taxes amongst people, and just sharing resources as far as like farming or hunting or whatever, you contribute to the society would definitely take a lot of the stress and the headaches and the heartaches away because you wouldn't be chasing those um, materialistic values or those mainstream things. You would just be doing what you value and what you need to survive. You know what I'm saying? Um, that would just be the easiest thing for people to do. But it seems for some reason people have not come together. I think I've seen one person try to come up with that idea and bring it together. I don't know how well it worked, but if a group of like-minded individuals say, "Hey, let's all go in on this piece of land. Let's put some RVs on this land, or let's put some tiny houses on this land." And this person does the farming, or this person does the hunting, or this person does whatever, and we all just split the pot. We all do our fair share. We all pay our fair share of expenses. Everybody would be able to save their coins. Everybody would have their own time and energy. I mean, because that's what, when you look at societies like the Hispanic and the Chinese, that's what all of those people are really doing. That's how they're able to survive. That's how they're able to thrive because they're not trying to buy all that shit on their own. They're coming together and buying that shit. That shit would be a lot easier to do. Your lifestyle would be so much simplified, especially if you're the type of person that's like, yo, I don't really care to have kids. I don't really want a family. I don't care for the family, or I'm an outcast to the family that I'm already in. My friends, I don't relate to my friends anymore. I don't care for the whole workplace or job culture. I want to make money in an alternative way, whether that's being in crypto or that's trading stocks or whatever you do, however you make your money, that would allow you to have the freedom you wanted. Instead of having living with your parents or living with some other relative or friend or staying in that relationship with the woman that you're with that you really don't want to be with, but you have no choice because, you know, financial responsibility is kicking your ass right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like we need. We need more of community factions that differ. You know, you have the higher echelon communities, they all stick together. All the rich, the elites, the middle class, they all stick together. You know what I'm saying? They hang out together, they party together. But when you look at the lower class of tiers of people, when you look at the alternative people who are going their own way or choosing a different path in life, they don't really come together. They're kind of just like loners or drifters or kind of by themselves. And so they're still pretty much paying the brunt of what society is dishing out. So it's like you're playing at a unfair advantage. Like you're really kind of sloppy with the whole. Not to say like you can't do it, like it can't be done, but I just feel like it's a lot harder on those individuals. It's just a suggestion. I feel like if people really wanted to better their lives, that would be the way to go. At least for a temporary or short term thing. Like if you build this community up and you start and y'all put the money together in the pot and y'all builded this community up or this society, y'all would have fuck you money, y'all would have independent money, y'all would be able to move around and do what you wanted to. You wouldn't be landlocked to an apartment or a house or none of that. You know what I'm saying? You would just pay on your part of the portion of the property taxes each year after you done already got your tiny house or RV and shit set up, and you good to go. All your money is your money. But nobody thinks like that. I think it's because we've been trained and programmed to be like individuals that we don't see that we all can reach a common goal with each other. I mean, that's what investors do. They put their money together and they invest in shit and then they go from there. They're trying to make a return with somebody else. They're not just fucking going willy-nilly out on their own. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm just putting that out there because I feel like all of these different culture, all of these different communities and subgroups of people could really benefit just from that alone. Like that would be a game changer. Like your life would go from working that shitty 9 to 5 to, you know, we're working two or three shitty 9 to 5s to maybe only having to work one or just having a side hustle. 'Cause then you would be able to free up more time because your cost of living would be a lot lower. You know what I'm saying? Plus you'd be sharing the expenses with other people, like-minded people at that. But yeah, I mean, that's like I said, that's just something for people to think of. That's the only reason why I'm making this video. It's just so people can find ways to minimize the hardship in their life and kind of gain more of that independence, because we all know that as life goes on, it gets harder and more frustrating and more difficult. And in times like this, you want to try to lessen the burden as much as possible. You don't want to keep taking on more responsibilities and burdens if you can barely afford the shit that you already experiencing or going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I want to make somebody else rich by renting their apartment? Why would I want to do that? I'm being here. I'm not getting shit out of it. That's just money going out of the door. That's just energy going out of the door. You know? So, something to think about, man. Something to think about. This is Arts of War, and I am out.